Have you ever looked at a man and wondered, does he like me, or am I imagining it? It's confusing, right? Because men rarely express their feelings directly. Instead, they communicate through patterns, habits, and small behaviors they think no one notices. They won't say, I like you, but their actions whisper it in 100 subtle ways. The truth is, when a man genuinely likes you, he doesn't always show it through dramatic gestures or big declarations. He shows it silently, through little things he probably doesn't even realize he's doing. And sometimes, these signs are stronger and more honest than anything he could ever say out loud. Because actions, especially unplanned ones, reveal emotions that words often hide. Think about that one guy who always remembers something you mentioned once. Or the one who gets a little quiet when you talk about other men. Or that friend who somehow always shows up at the perfect time, knows when you're upset, and treats your smallest joys like they matter. These aren't coincidences, they are clues. Men reveal their interest not by confessing it, but by investing in you emotionally, mentally, and quietly. And the signs are always there. But because they are subtle, you might miss them, misread them, or even ignore them because you're unsure whether you're reading too much into it. This video is for the girl who overthinks small details. For the girl who questions why he stares when he thinks she won't notice. For the girl who wonders why his replies are always faster than anyone else's. For the girl who feels a shift in the way he treats her. Softer, gentler, more attentive, even if he acts casual on the surface. Maybe he hasn't told you how he feels because he's scared. Maybe he's protecting the friendship. Maybe he's unsure if you feel the same. Or maybe he's just waiting for the right moment. But trust me, no matter how controlled, confident, or quiet a man is, his feelings leak through the cracks. You'll see it in how he looks at you, how he listens, and how he reacts to your emotions. Feelings have a way of revealing themselves even in silence. So today, we're breaking down the 15 silent signs he likes you far more than he admits. These are not the obvious signs everyone talks about. These are the deeper ones, the subconscious ones, the ones he couldn't hide even if he tried. And once you recognize them, you'll understand exactly where his heart stands. So take a deep breath, relax, and get ready to decode the quiet truth behind his actions, because his silence may be louder than you think. 1. He remembers small details you forgot you told him. When a man quietly likes you, one of the strongest signs is how sharply he remembers even the smallest things you say. You might casually mention your favorite childhood snack, a song you used to love, or a difficult exam you're worried about, and he stores it in his mind as if it matters deeply. Most people forget passing conversations, but someone who likes you pays attention with intention. He listens because he genuinely cares, and remembering tiny details becomes his silent way of showing it. You'll notice it when he brings up things you said once, maybe weeks or months ago. He might surprise you with your favorite drink without you ever repeating your preference. He might ask how that project you were stressed about turned out. He may even recall inside jokes or random stories you told without thinking twice. This level of attention is not accidental, it's emotional investment. Men aren't naturally expressive with words, so they communicate interest through consistency and memory. When a guy remembers things you barely remember yourself, it means you stand out in his mind. You're not background noise. You're someone he pays extra attention to. This reveals emotional attachment, curiosity, and a desire to understand you better. In a world where people forget quickly, remembering is a love language. 2. He gets quiet when you mention other guys. A man who likes you may not openly admit his feelings, but you will see them in his reactions, especially when you talk about other men. He may suddenly go quiet, change the subject, or become less energetic. This silence isn't anger or insecurity. It's his internal struggle. He doesn't want to appear jealous, but hearing you speak about someone else creates a subtle discomfort he can't hide. Men express jealousy differently. Instead of dramatic reactions, they often withdraw. His silence shows his processing emotions, disappointment, fear of competition, or worry that he doesn't measure up. He may wonder if the other guy is important to you, or he may feel an unexpected pang of protectiveness. This happens because he sees you as someone special, and the idea of someone else getting close makes him uncomfortable. If he suddenly becomes more careful with his words around that topic, avoids asking follow-up questions, or his facial expression changes slightly, these are subtle but powerful signs. He doesn't want to discourage your happiness, but he also doesn't want to pretend it doesn't affect him. His quietness is a confession in itself, not spoken, but deeply felt. This moment is where his feelings slip through the cracks. He doesn't say, "I like you," but his silence says everything. 3. He texts you first more than you do. When a man consistently texts you first, it reveals a lot about his feelings, even if he never says the words out loud. Men are naturally selective with their attention. They won't invest time, thought, or effort into someone unless that person holds meaning for them. If he initiates conversations repeatedly, it means he genuinely wants to connect, check on you, and be part of your daily life. Texting first shows interest, but doing it regularly shows priority. Is not just responding, he's reaching out. It means he's thinking about you during random moments of his day. Maybe he saw something that reminded him of you, or maybe he simply wants to hear from you. Either way, you're on his mind long before the conversation even starts. He may text good morning, check on your day, or send something funny because he wants to make you smile. Even if he tries to play it cool, the pattern exposes his true feelings. Men who don't care rarely put effort into initiating. They only reply when needed. But someone who likes you becomes the one who starts the conversation because connection with you feels natural and meaningful. His messages might not always be long or poetic, but consistency is his love language. Every time he texts first, he's saying, "I want you in my world." 4. He finds excuses to be near you. When a man likes you but isn't ready to confess it, one of the clearest signs is how often he tries to be physically close to you. He won't always make it obvious. Instead, he'll find small, believable excuses. Maybe he suddenly appears in places you frequent, joins conversations you're part of, or positions himself near you in group settings. He might offer help with something simple, like carrying something heavy, fixing something, or walking you somewhere since he's going that way anyway. These aren't coincidences. They are intentional efforts disguised as casual moments. Men often express interest through presence. Being close to you makes him feel connected, even without words. He wants to observe you, understand your energy, and feel the comfort of being in your space. Sometimes he just wants to make sure you're safe or okay. Other times, he wants the emotional closeness that physical proximity brings. You may notice he chooses a seat near you, slows down to walk beside you, or steps into your path with a warm smile. If you move somewhere else, he might follow naturally. He's not doing this to overwhelm you. He simply enjoys being near you because it feels right. Presence becomes his silent confession. When a man consistently finds reasons to be close, it's his heart showing before his words ever do. 5. He mirrors your energy without realizing. Mirroring is one of the strongest subconscious signs of attraction. When a man likes you, he naturally begins to match your tone, energy, mood, and even your small habits, and he won't even notice he's doing it. If you laugh softly, he laughs softly. If you start speaking slowly, he slows down too. If you're energetic, he becomes more lively. This isn't copying, it's emotional alignment. Humans mirror the people they feel connected to, but men do it more intensely with someone they're attracted to. It's the mind's way of saying, "I want to be in sync with you." He wants you to feel comfortable, understood, and emotionally safe around him, so he subconsciously adjusts himself to match your vibe. You may notice him adopting little things from you, your phrases, reactions, or gestures. If you seem upset, he becomes quieter. If you're excited, he matches your enthusiasm. Mirroring also shows he's attentive. He watches you closely enough to align with you without forcing it. This behavior builds bonding because it makes interactions feel natural and effortless. You feel understood, and he feels connected. When a man mirrors you without trying, it means your presence influences him. That silent influence is one of the biggest indicators of his growing feelings. 6. He looks at you when you're not watching. One of the most undeniable signs a man likes you is the way he looks at you when he thinks you won't notice. There's a softness in his expression, a mixture of admiration, curiosity, and affection. He might glance at you during conversations, across the room, or even when you're involved in something else. These quiet looks reveal feelings he hasn't voiced yet. Men steal glances at the person they are drawn to because they genuinely enjoy observing them. Not in a creepy way, but in a warm, fascinated way. He watches how you smile, how you talk, how you react to people. He's learning you, appreciating you, trying to understand you deeper. When you catch him looking, he may quickly look away, pretend he wasn't staring, or smile shyly. That reaction says everything. A man who doesn't care won't keep looking, but a man who likes you can't help it. Those hidden glances are where the truth lives. It's his heart speaking through his eyes, even though his mouth stays quiet. 7. He notices your mood shifts instantly. A man who truly likes you becomes incredibly sensitive to your emotional changes, even the subtle ones. You might think you're hiding your feelings well, but he reads the smallest shifts, the slight drop in your tone, the change in your facial expression, or even how quiet you suddenly become. He doesn't need you to explain, he just senses it. This awareness comes from paying close attention to you, more than he pays to anyone else. If you seem sad, he becomes gentler. If you're irritated, he gives you space but still checks on you. If you're happy, he lights up too. Your mood affects his mood because your emotional world matters to him. That's why he quickly asks, "Are you okay?" or changes his behavior to match your emotional needs. Most men don't naturally pick up emotional cues unless they are truly invested. When a guy tracks your mood almost instantly, it means he's attuned to you on a deeper level. He wants to understand you, protect your peace, and make you feel comfortable. This type of emotional responsiveness is not accidental. It's care, attention, and affection expressed silently. 8. He responds faster to you than anyone else. When a man likes you, you'll notice a clear difference in how quickly he responds to you compared to others. Even if he's busy, distracted, or tired, he still finds a moment to reply. You might see him ignoring group chats, delaying responses to friends, or taking hours to reply to others, but your messages get answered almost instantly. This isn't coincidence. It's priority. You occupy mental space in his day. He checks his phone more when he's waiting for your text. He doesn't leave you on read because he doesn't want you to feel unimportant. Quick replies are a silent but powerful form of affection. His way of saying, "Talking to you matters to me." Even if he sometimes sends short answers, consistency is the sign. He may initiate conversations, double text, or remember to follow up on something you mentioned earlier. His fast replies show that you're not an obligation. You're someone he looks forward to hearing from. Men don't invest this level of communication effort unless they genuinely care. If he responds to you quicker than anyone else, his heart is already ahead of his words. 9. He gets slightly jealous over small things. Jealousy is a natural, human emotion, especially when feelings are involved. When a man likes you but hasn't expressed it, his jealousy shows up in small, subtle ways. He doesn't make scenes or act possessive, but you'll notice shifts in his behavior when another man gets your attention. If you mention a guy, he may go quiet for a moment. If someone compliments you, he may change the tone slightly. If another guy texts you, he might ask casually, "Oh, who's that?" He tries not to show it, but the emotion leaks through in micro-reactions. His jealousy comes from care, not control. He values you and fears losing the chance to be closer to you. He may become more attentive, stand a little closer, or suddenly show more interest in the conversation. Sometimes he even tries to subtly impress you more when another man enters the picture. This kind of jealousy isn't toxic, it's emotional transparency. It shows that he sees you as someone special and that the thought of someone else taking his place bothers him more than he admits. His small jealous reactions reveal his big hidden feelings. 10. He tries to impress you without making it obvious. When a man likes you, he naturally wants to stand out, but he won't make it look forced. Instead, he'll try to impress you in subtle, quiet ways. He may talk about achievements casually, show his strengths without bragging, or put extra effort into the way he dresses when he knows he'll see you. He wants you to notice him, but he doesn't want to come across as trying too hard. You'll see it in little things. Maybe he lifts something heavy without being asked, explains something he's good at with confidence, or helps someone in front of you just to show you his kind side. Men impress not by words, but by actions. He'll highlight the best parts of himself, his humor, intelligence, kindness, or skills, hoping you'll see what makes him different. He also pays attention to what you like. If you mentioned you admire people who are punctual, suddenly he's never late. If you like a certain style, he subtly adopts it. If you say you love gentlemen, he starts opening doors and carrying things for you. This effort is quiet but intentional. He wants you to think highly of him, and every small move he makes is his silent way of saying, I hope you see I'm worth your attention. 11. He opens up about personal thoughts only to you. A man's vulnerability is one of the strongest signs of his feelings. Most men are careful with their emotions. They don't share their fears, insecurities, dreams, or personal struggles with just anyone. If he opens up to you about things he doesn't discuss with others, it means he trusts you deeply. He might tell you about his childhood, his worries about the future, or the pressures he faces. He may confess moments of weakness or talk about things that embarrass him. These aren't casual conversations. They're emotional doors he doesn't open often. When a man shares the softer, hidden parts of himself, he's showing his emotional investment. He feels safe with you, safe enough to express things he normally keeps locked inside. This connection goes beyond attraction. It shows intimacy, trust, and emotional closeness. You'll notice he shares these thoughts mostly with you, not his friends or family. You become his emotional safe space. When he lets you see the real him, unfiltered, honest, and vulnerable, it's because he sees you as someone significant in his life. 12. He becomes nervous when you get too close. Even confident men get nervous around someone they genuinely like. When you get physically close, standing near him, brushing past him, or looking directly into his eyes, he may suddenly become quieter, blush, fidget, or lose his usual composure. This nervousness isn't fear. It's attraction mixed with excitement. His brain goes into overdrive. He becomes hyper-aware of his posture, his breath, how he looks, and what he says. He wants to appear calm and cool, but his body betrays him. He might adjust his clothes, touch his hair, avoid eye contact for a second, or smile nervously. This reaction happens because your presence affects him deeply. Your closeness triggers a rush of emotions he can't fully hide: admiration, desire, hope, and the fear of messing things up. You make his heart speed up, literally. That's why his body becomes slightly awkward around you. A man who doesn't care stays relaxed. But a man who likes you, his nerves expose him. His body gives away what his words are too shy to admit. 13. He tries to make you smile on your worst days. A man who likes you doesn't only show up when everything is fine. He shows up when your world feels heavy. When you're having a bad day, he becomes softer, gentler, and more attentive. He may send you a funny meme, check up on you more than usual, or sit quietly beside you so you don't feel alone. His goal isn't to fix everything. It's simply to make you smile again, even if it's small. He pays attention to what makes you feel better. Maybe you like a certain snack, a comforting song, or a certain kind of humor. He'll use those things to lift your spirits. He listens more carefully, speaks more thoughtfully, and tries to remove pressure from you in any way he can. Sometimes he'll talk to distract you. Other times, he'll give you space but still stay close enough to be there if you need him. This effort is meaningful. Men don't invest emotional energy into cheering someone up unless that person matters. When he tries to make you smile on your worst days, he's showing emotional commitment, the kind that goes beyond attraction. He sees your sadness and feels an urge to lighten it. That instinct is love in disguise. 14. He remembers dates and little habits of yours. When a man likes you deeply, your routines become part of his memory. He doesn't just remember the big things, your birthday, your favorite color, or your hobbies. He remembers the tiny details most people overlook. He notices what time you like your coffee, the way you arrange your hair when you're stressed, or the kind of texts that make you blush. These small habits stick with him. He may remind you of something important before you even think of it. He might text you good luck on the day of your meeting without you mentioning it. He remembers the date of your exam, your anniversary with a pet, or even the day you said you weren't feeling well. These memories aren't forced. They come naturally because he pays close attention. Men don't remember details for everyone. They remember them for someone who holds emotional value. These small habits help him feel closer to you because they build a sense of understanding. He wants to know you, your routines, your preferences, your patterns, because it helps him feel connected. His memory is his silent confession that he cares. 15. His behavior changes when you walk away. One of the strongest signs a man likes you is how his energy shifts when you're no longer around. When you walk away, you may notice he becomes quieter, distracted, or less engaged with others. It's like your presence adds something to him: confidence, warmth, excitement. And when you leave, he feels the absence. If he's talking to you and someone interrupts, he may lose interest in the new conversation. If you leave a group setting, his eyes might follow you, or he might slowly drift away from the group too. When you return, he brightens up subtly. His posture changes, his smile reappears, or he re-engages instantly. This shift is subconscious. Men don't fake this kind of reaction. When he likes you, your presence affects him on an emotional level, even if he doesn't express it. He feels more comfortable, more himself, and more alive around you.